Listen up. I need you to hear me right now. Because somebody out there is sitting on a dream, sitting on a vision, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the stars to align. But let me tell you something. Success ain't just about working hard. It ain't just about grinding 24/7. If that was the case, everybody who put in long hours would be rich. But they're not. You see, hard work is the foundation, but it's not the whole equation. If you're just grinding with no direction, with no discipline, with no mindset, then you're just running in place. You're just busy. Success don't come from being busy. It comes from being intentional. You want to win, then you got to have strategy. You got to have the right people around you. You got to have patience. You got to have resilience when things don't go your way. Some of you are putting in the hours, but you're not growing. You're doing the same thing the same way, expecting a different result. That's insanity. The world doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards results. You want to be at the top, you got to think different. You got to move different. You got to separate yourself from the crowd. That's what the Sigma mindset is all about. It's about knowing that success isn't just about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about outlasting the competition, outthinking the competition, out-disciplining the competition. You think the greats just worked harder? No, they studied harder. They planned better. They sacrificed more. They made the tough choices. They walked alone when others needed a crowd. So I'm asking you right now, what are you willing to do? Are you just going to work hard, or are you going to be strategic? Are you just going to grind, or are you going to grow? Success doesn't just go to the hardest worker. It goes to the one who refuses to quit. It goes to the one who adapts, who overcomes, who learns. So from this moment on, don't just work hard, work right, work smart, work with purpose. And when you do that, success ain't a matter of if, let's get it. Hard work is the foundation, but strategy drives success. This is a principle that separates those who simply stay busy from those who achieve real, tangible results. You can put in countless hours, stay up late, wake up early, and hustle every single day. But if you don't have a strategy guiding your efforts, you're like a ship without a compass. You might be moving, but you're not necessarily moving in the right direction. It's not just about how much energy you put into your work. It's about where that energy is going and how effectively it's being used. Think about it like this. Imagine two people trying to cut down a tree. One of them is swinging an axe wildly, hitting the trunk over and over, sweating, pushing themselves to exhaustion. They're working hard, no doubt about that. But the other person takes a moment to study the tree. They analyze where to hit, they sharpen their axe, and they strike with precision. While the first person might be working harder, the second person is working smarter. They're using strategy to make their effort count. In the end, the person with the plan brings the tree down faster and with less wasted energy. This applies to every area of life, in business, in school, in personal goals. Hard work without strategy can lead to burnout, frustration, and stagnation. You can grind day in and day out, but if you're not measuring your progress, if you're not adjusting your approach based on results, then you're just spinning your wheels. It's not enough to just keep moving. You have to make sure you're moving towards something specific, something measurable, and something meaningful. Strategy starts with clarity. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve and why. Without a clear goal, all the hard work in the world won't get you where you want to go because you haven't defined the destination. Once you have that clarity, you can start to map out the steps you need to take to get there. You can identify potential obstacles and plan how to overcome them. You can allocate your time and resources in a way that maximizes efficiency and impact. Another part of strategy is prioritization. When you have a strategic mindset, you know how to focus on what matters most. Not every task is equally important. Some things will move you closer to your goals faster than others. Without strategy, you might find yourself spending a lot of time on low-impact activities, thinking you're making progress when you're really just busy. But when you prioritize strategically, you concentrate your efforts on the tasks that deliver the greatest results. You're not just working hard, you're working on the right things. Moreover, strategy involves being proactive rather than reactive. People who rely solely on hard work often find themselves constantly putting out fires, responding to problems as they arise without thinking ahead. But with a strategic approach, you anticipate challenges before they happen. You position yourself to take advantage of opportunities when they come your way. You're not just reacting to your circumstances, you're shaping them. This proactive mindset allows you to stay ahead of the game rather than constantly playing catch up. It's also about continuous learning and adjustment. A good strategy isn't set in stone. It evolves as you gain more information and experience. Hard work alone can lead you to keep doing the same thing over and over, even if it's not yielding the results you want. But when you incorporate strategy, you regularly assess what's working and what's not. You're willing to pivot, to change course when necessary, and to refine your approach based on feedback and outcomes. This adaptability is crucial for long-term success. Consider the role of resources too. You only have so much time, energy, and money to invest in your goals. Without a strategy, you might be wasting these valuable resources on efforts that don't bring significant returns. But with a strategic plan, you can allocate your resources wisely, making sure every action you take is moving you closer to your objectives. This doesn't mean you avoid hard work. It means you make sure your hard work is targeted and efficient. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. Yes, they worked hard, but they also had a clear strategy guiding their actions. They knew what they wanted, they developed a plan to get it, and they adjusted that plan as needed along the way. They weren't just grinding for the sake of grinding, they were intentional with their time and efforts. They understood that hard work is just one piece of the puzzle. Without strategy, all that effort might not have led them to where they are today. In sports, this principle is clear as day. The best athletes don't just train harder than everyone else, they train smarter. They have coaches who help them develop strategies to improve their performance. They analyze their weaknesses and work on them specifically, and they study their competition to gain an edge. Hard work is a given, but without a strategy, even the most dedicated athlete can fall short. It's the combination of effort and intelligent planning that leads to championship-level success. The same goes for business. You can have the hardest working team in the world, but if there's no clear strategy, the company will struggle to grow. Successful businesses don't just rely on putting in long hours, they rely on data, analysis, and strategic planning. They identify market opportunities, understand their customers, and create efficient systems to deliver value. Hard work fuels the engine, but strategy steers the ship. On a personal level, this principle can be life-changing. You might be working tirelessly toward a goal, but if you don't have a clear strategy, you might not be making the progress you want. Maybe you're trying to get in shape and you're hitting the gym every day, but without a proper workout plan and nutrition strategy, you're not seeing the results you expected. Or maybe you're putting in long hours at work hoping for a promotion, but without a clear career development strategy, you're being overlooked. In both cases, hard work alone isn't enough. You need a strategy to guide your efforts and ensure they're leading to the outcomes you desire. In the end, hard work and strategy are two sides of the same coin. One without the other is incomplete. Hard work lays the foundation. It's the effort, the dedication, the willingness to push through challenges. But strategy is what gives that hard work direction and purpose. It ensures that every ounce of energy you put in is moving you closer to your goals in the most effective way possible. Without strategy, you risk working hard for years without seeing the results you want. But when you combine hard work with smart, strategic planning, you create a powerful formula for success that can take you further than you ever imagined. Discipline and consistency outweigh raw effort. This is one of those truths that separates the people who achieve lasting success from those who burn out or fizzle out after a quick start. You see, raw effort is like a burst of energy. It's intense, it's loud, and it makes a big splash. But discipline and consistency are like the steady flow of a river carving through rock over time. It doesn't always look impressive in the moment, but over days, weeks, months, and years, it transforms everything in its path. Raw effort is exciting. It's that adrenaline rush you get when you start something new, when motivation is at its peak and you feel like you can conquer the world. Maybe it's the first day at the gym, the first week of launching a business, or the first time diving into a big project. You're fired up, you're giving it everything you've got, and you feel unstoppable. But here's the problem. Motivation fades. That initial burst of effort doesn't last forever. Life gets in the way. You get tired. Obstacles pop up. The novelty wears off. And when that happens, what are you left with? If all you've got is raw effort, you'll start to slow down. You'll miss a day, then two, then a week. Eventually, that big push you started with turns into nothing but a memory. That's where discipline steps in. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up when the excitement is gone, when the results aren't immediate, and when nobody is watching. Discipline doesn't rely on feelings, it relies on commitment. It's easy to work hard when you're motivated. But can you work hard when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when things aren't going your way? That's the real test. Discipline means sticking to your plan, even on the days when everything inside you wants to quit. Consistency is the partner of discipline. It's not just about doing the right thing once or twice. It's about doing it over and over again, day after day, week after week, year after year. Success doesn't come from a single moment of effort. You don't build a successful business by pulling a few all-nighters. You build it by consistently delivering value, improving your processes, and staying committed through the ups and downs. The thing about consistency is that it's often invisible. It's not flashy, and it doesn't always bring immediate results. That's why so many people underestimate its power. They want quick wins, overnight success, and instant gratification. But the truth is, the most successful people in the world didn't get there through sudden bursts of effort. They got there through years of consistent, disciplined work. They showed up every day, even when they didn't see immediate progress, because they understood that small actions repeated over time lead to big results. Consider the concept of compound interest, not just in money, but in life. When you invest money and let it grow over time, the interest compounds and your wealth increases exponentially. The same principle applies to your efforts. When you consistently put in the work, even small efforts, they compound over time. Skills improve, knowledge deepens, and opportunities multiply. But if you're inconsistent, if you start and stop, you miss out on that compounding effect. You're constantly resetting, losing momentum, and having to rebuild from scratch. Discipline and consistency also build resilience. When you make a habit of showing up even when it's hard, you develop mental toughness. You learn to push through discomfort, to navigate challenges, and to keep moving forward no matter what. This resilience becomes a part of who you are. It's not just about achieving specific goals. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle whatever life throws at you. Raw effort might get you through the easy days, but discipline and consistency will carry you through the tough ones. Think about elite athletes. Sure, they have talent and they work hard, but what really sets them apart is their discipline and consistency. They train day in and day out, following strict routines, even when they don't feel like it. They don't rely on motivation to get them to the gym or the track. They rely on discipline. They understand that greatness isn't about one incredible performance. It's about showing up every single day and putting in the work, even when no one is watching. The same applies to artists, writers, and creators of all kinds. Inspiration might spark an idea, but it's discipline and consistency that bring that idea to life. A writer doesn't finish a book by waiting for the perfect moment of inspiration. They finish by sitting down every day and writing, even when the words don't come easily. An artist doesn't create a masterpiece by painting only when they feel inspired. They create by practicing their craft consistently, refining their skills over time. In the world of business, the most successful entrepreneurs aren't the ones who had a single brilliant idea and worked hard for a few months. They're the ones who consistently executed their vision, learned from their mistakes, and stayed disciplined through the inevitable challenges. They didn't let setbacks derail them because they understood that success is a marathon, not a sprint. They built systems and habits that allowed them to stay consistent, even when things got tough. On a personal level, discipline and consistency can transform your life in ways you might not even realize. Whether it's your health, your relationships, your career, or your personal development, small, consistent actions add up over time. Maybe it's committing to a daily workout, setting aside time each day to learn something new, or dedicating a few minutes every day to connect with loved ones. These actions might seem small in the moment, but over time, they create lasting change. The beauty of discipline and consistency is that they create momentum. The more you stick to your habits and routines, the easier it becomes to keep going. It's like pushing a heavy boulder up a hill. At first, it's incredibly difficult and you have to put in a lot of effort just to get it moving. But once you build momentum, the boulder starts to roll more easily and you don't have to push as hard to keep it going. The same thing happens with your goals. The more consistent you are, the more progress you make and the more motivated you feel to keep going. But here's the thing. Discipline and consistency don't come naturally to most people. They're skills that need to be developed over time. It starts with making a commitment to yourself and holding yourself accountable. It means setting clear goals, creating routines, and sticking to them, even when it's hard. It means recognizing that there will be days when you don't feel like it, but doing it anyway because you know that's what it takes to succeed. Okay? It's also important to remember that discipline doesn't mean being perfect. There will be times when you slip up, miss a day, or fall off track. But consistency isn't about perfection. It's about getting back on track quickly and not letting a small setback turn into a major derailment. It's about building habits that are sustainable in the long run, not just pushing yourself to the limit for a short period of time. Ultimately, discipline and consistency are about playing the long game. They're about understanding that true success isn't about quick wins or temporary bursts of efforts. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work, and staying committed to your goals, no matter what. When you embrace discipline and consistency, you create a foundation for lasting success. And you become the kind of person who can achieve anything you set your mind to. Success requires adaptability and smart decision making. This is a truth that often goes unnoticed because people tend to focus on the grind, the hustle, and the long hours. But here's the reality. No matter how hard you work, no matter how disciplined or consistent you are, if you can't adapt to changing circumstances or make smart decisions in real time, you'll find yourself stuck. Life, business, and personal growth are not static. They're constantly evolving, and success belongs to those who can evolve with them. Adaptability means being able to pivot when things don't go as planned. It's about recognizing that the world isn't always going to operate on your timeline or according to your expectations. You can have the best laid plans, the most detailed strategies, and the hardest work ethic. But if you're rigid and unwilling to adjust when things change, you'll hit a wall. Success isn't a straight line from point A to point B. It's a winding road filled with detours, obstacles, and unexpected opportunities. Those who can navigate that road, who can shift gears when necessary, are the ones who come out on top. Think about some of the most successful businesses in the world. Many of them didn't start out doing what they're famous for today. They had to adapt to changing markets, new technologies, and shifting customer demands. Take Netflix, for example. It started as a DVD rental service, mailing physical discs to customers. But when streaming technology began to take off, they didn't cling to their original model. They adapted. They shifted their focus to streaming, even though it meant completely overhauling their business. That smart decision, that willingness to pivot, is what turned them into the global powerhouse they are today. In contrast, look at companies like Blockbuster, which had the chance to buy Netflix early on, but refused to adapt to the changing landscape. They stuck to their old model, confident that their way of doing things would continue to work, but the world moved on without them, and they were left behind. That's the cost of failing to adapt. It doesn't matter how successful you've been in the past or how hard you're working right now. If you can't adjust to new realities, you'll eventually become irrelevant. Adaptability isn't just about big shifts. It's also about small, everyday adjustments. It's about being able to recognize when something isn't working and having the courage to change course. Sometimes people get so attached to their original plans that they refuse to admit when they're no longer effective. They keep pushing forward, thinking that more effort will solve the problem. But sometimes the solution isn't to work harder, it's to work differently. Being adaptable means letting go of what's not serving you and being open to new approaches, even if it means stepping outside your comfort zone. Smart decision-making goes hand in hand with adaptability. It's not just about reacting to change. It's about making thoughtful, informed choices that position you for success. Every day, you're faced with decisions, big and small, that shape your path. The ability to make smart decisions quickly and confidently is a critical skill. It's about weighing the pros and cons, considering the long-term implications, and being willing to take calculated risks when necessary. Smart decision-making isn't about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about learning from those mistakes and using them to inform future choices. Some of the best decisions come from experiences that didn't go as planned. When you make a wrong move, the key is to analyze what went wrong, understand why it happened, and adjust your approach moving forward. This process of reflection and learning is what helps you make better decisions over time. It's also important to recognize that indecision can be just as damaging as making the wrong choice. Some people get paralyzed by fear of failure, overthinking every possible outcome and waiting for the perfect moment to act. But the perfect moment rarely comes. Success often requires making a decision with the information you have, trusting your instincts, and being prepared to adjust if things don't go as expected. It's about balancing careful planning with the willingness to take action. Adaptability and smart decision-making also mean knowing when to say no. Not every opportunity is worth pursuing, and not every path will lead to success. Sometimes the smartest decision you can make is to walk away from something that isn't aligned with your goals or values. This requires self-awareness and the ability to stay focused on what truly matters, even when other options seem tempting. In today's fast-paced world, the ability to adapt and make smart decisions is more important than ever. Technology is advancing rapidly, industries are evolving, and the skills that are valuable today might not be as relevant tomorrow. Staying ahead of the curve means continuously learning, staying curious, and being willing to reinvent yourself when necessary. It means embracing change rather than resisting it, and seeing it as an opportunity for growth. Adaptability also requires emotional intelligence. It's about being able to manage your emotions and stay level-headed in the face of uncertainty. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to get frustrated, stressed, or overwhelmed. But the ability to stay calm, assess the situation objectively, and make rational decisions is what separates those who thrive from those who crumble under pressure. Emotional resilience allows you to navigate challenges with a clear mind and a steady hand. Surrounding yourself with the right people is another crucial aspect of adaptability and smart decision-making. No one achieves success in isolation. Having a network of trusted mentors, advisors, and peers can provide valuable perspectives and insights that help you make better decisions. It's about being open to feedback, willing to listen to different viewpoints, and learning from the experiences of others. Collaboration and diverse perspectives often lead to more innovative solutions and better outcomes. Adaptability isn't just about external changes. It's also about personal growth. As you evolve, your goals, values, and priorities may shift. Being adaptable means recognizing when it's time to reassess your path and make changes that align with who you are becoming. Success isn't a fixed destination. It's a continuous journey of growth and self-discovery. The willingness to adapt to your own evolving identity and aspirations is just as important as adapting to external circumstances. In relationships, both personal and professional, adaptability and smart decision-making are essential. People change, dynamics shift, and conflicts arise. Being able to navigate these changes with grace and understanding is key to building strong, lasting connections. It's about being flexible, empathetic, and willing to compromise when necessary. Good decision making in relationships means knowing when to stand your ground and when to find common ground. Adaptability also involves being proactive, not just reactive. It's about anticipating potential challenges and opportunities before they arise and positioning yourself to take advantage of them. This forward-thinking mindset allows you to stay ahead of the curve and be prepared for whatever comes your way. It's about staying curious, continuously seeking knowledge, and being open to new ideas and experiences. In the end, success is a dynamic process. It's not just about how hard you work or how much effort you put in. It's about your ability to navigate the ever-changing landscape of life, to make smart decisions in the face of uncertainty, and to continuously adapt and grow. Those who can embrace change, learn from their experiences, and make thoughtful, informed choices are the ones who achieve lasting success. Surround yourself with the right people and mindsets. Success isn't just about what you do, it's about who you do it with and the environment you create around yourself. No matter how talented, hardworking, or disciplined you are, if you're constantly surrounded by negativity, doubt, or people who don't believe in your vision, it's going to weigh you down. The people you allow into your circle can either propel you forward or hold you back, and the mindset you carry will determine how far you can actually go. Think about it like this. If you're trying to climb a mountain, you don't want to carry extra weight that doesn't serve you. The wrong people are like that unnecessary weight. They'll slow you down, drain your energy, and make the journey harder than it needs to be. But when you surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you, and inspire you, it's like having a team that helps you carry the load, pushing you to reach heights you couldn't achieve alone. The right people are those who believe in your potential, even when you doubt yourself. They're the ones who see your strength, encourage your growth, and hold you accountable. They won't just tell you what you want to hear. They'll tell you what you need to hear. They'll push you out of your comfort zone, challenge your ideas, and help you see things from new perspectives. These are the people who inspire you to be better, who remind you of your goals when you feel like giving up, and who celebrate your wins like they're their own. But it's not just about having supportive people around you. It's also about being intentional with who you let into your life. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Some people are energy vampires. They drain your motivation, fill your mind with doubt, and project their own fears and insecurities onto you. They might not even do it intentionally, but their negativity can seep into your mindset and hold you back from reaching your full potential. That's why it's crucial to evaluate your relationships and make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who align with your values, goals, and vision. Success isn't a solo journey, and even the most self-motivated people need a strong support system. Look at any successful individual and you'll see a team of mentors, friends, family, or colleagues who played a role in their journey. Whether it's a coach who pushed them to work harder, a friend who offered a fresh perspective, or a mentor who provided valuable guidance. Success is rarely achieved in isolation. The people you choose to surround yourself with can open doors, provide opportunities, and help you navigate challenges. Your environment shapes your mindset, and your mindset shapes your actions. When you're constantly exposed to negativity or limiting beliefs, it's easy to start internalizing those messages. But when you're in an environment that fosters growth, positivity, and resilience, it becomes much easier to adopt a mindset that supports your success. This is why it's important to create an environment, both physically and socially, that aligns with your goals. Mindset is everything. It's the lens through which you see the world, the filter that shapes your experiences, and the foundation for every decision you make. A growth mindset, one that embraces challenges, sees failure as a learning opportunity, and believes in the power of effort and persistence, is essential for success. But maintaining that mindset isn't always easy, especially when you're surrounded by people who don't share the same outlook. That's why being intentional about your environment is so important. If you're constantly around people who complain, make excuses, or focus on what's wrong, it's going to influence your mindset, even if you don't realize it. But if you're around people who are ambitious, optimistic, and solution-oriented, their energy will rub off on you. You'll start to see challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and hard work as a path to growth. It's not just about surrounding yourself with successful people. It's about surrounding yourself with people who have the right attitude. Success isn't always about achievements or accolades. It's about the mindset and habits that lead to those outcomes. You want to be around people who are constantly striving for growth, who are willing to put in the work, and who believe in the power of perseverance. These are the people who inspire you to keep going, even when the journey gets tough. At the same time, it's important to recognize that you also play a role in the environments you're part of. It's not just about finding the right people, it's about being the right person. Are you contributing positively to the people around you? Are you supporting their growth, challenging them to be better, and encouraging them to pursue their goals? Success isn't just about taking from others, it's about giving too. When you contribute to a positive, growth-oriented environment, you attract like-minded people who will support you in return. The right mindset also means being open to feedback and willing to learn from others. No one has all the answers, and the most successful people are those who are constantly learning and evolving. Surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking, who offer constructive criticism, and who help you see your blind spots. This kind of feedback can be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for growth. When you're open to learning from others, you accelerate your own development and position yourself for greater success. Building the right environment takes time and effort. It means being intentional about the relationships you cultivate, the spaces you create, and the habits you develop. It's about seeking out mentors, joining communities that align with your goals, and invest in relationships that support your growth. It's also about setting boundaries with people who don't align with your vision, even if that means making difficult decisions about who you spend time with. In today's digital age, your environment isn't just physical, it's also virtual. The content you consume, the people you follow on social media, and the conversations you engage in online all influence your mindset. Be mindful of what you're exposing yourself to on a daily basis. Are you consuming content that inspires and educates you? Or are you getting caught up in negativity and distractions? Curate your digital environment the same way you curate your physical one, ensuring that it supports your goals and mindset. The power of surrounding yourself with the right people and mindset can't be overstated. It's like planting seeds in fertile soil. When you're in the right environment with people who support and challenge you, and when you maintain a mindset focused on growth and resilience, you create the conditions for success to flourish. The journey might still be tough, but you'll have the tools, support, and mindset to navigate it successfully. Ultimately, success is as much about the people and environments you choose as it is about your individual efforts. You can't control everything in life, but you can control who you surround yourself with and the mindset you cultivate. When you make intentional choices about your relationships and environment, and when you commit to maintaining a growth-oriented mindset, you set yourself up for success in ways that hard work alone can't achieve. Resilience in the face of failure defines long-term success. It's easy to get excited about success stories, the headlines, the celebrations, the achievements that seem to happen overnight. But what often gets overlooked is the journey behind those successes. And that journey is usually paved with setbacks, disappointments, and failures. The people who achieve lasting success aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who know how to get back up every single time they fall. Resilience isn't just a nice trait to have. It's the cornerstone of any meaningful accomplishment. Failure is inevitable. No matter how talented, prepared, or hardworking you are, you're going to face moments when things don't go your way. Plans will fall apart, opportunities will slip through your fingers, and you'll make mistakes that cost you time, money, or even relationships. But failure isn't the end of the road. It's part of the process. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about learning how to respond to it. Resilience is what separates those who give up when things get tough from those who push through and come out stronger on the other side. When you hit a wall, resilience is the voice inside that says, this isn't the end. It's the ability to take a step back, assess what went wrong, and figure out how to move forward. It's about seeing failure not as a dead end, but as a detour, a temporary setback that offers valuable lessons. Every failure holds an opportunity for growth if you're willing to look for it. The most successful people in the world have faced countless failures, but instead of letting those failures define them, they use them as stepping stones to get closer to their goals. Think about athletes who train for years, pushing their bodies to the limit, only to lose a crucial game or miss out on a championship. The ones who come back stronger the next season aren't necessarily the most physically gifted. They're the ones who are mentally tough enough to handle defeat and use it as motivation. They don't let a single loss define their entire career. Instead, they analyze what went wrong, adjust their strategies, and get back to work. That's resilience. The same applies to entrepreneurs who risk everything to start a business, only to face financial setbacks, market failures, or unexpected challenges. Many of the world's most successful business leaders have experienced multiple failed ventures before finding the one that worked. But they didn't let those failures stop them. They learned from their mistakes, adapted their approach, and kept going. Resilience isn't just about surviving failure. It's about thriving because of it. Resilience also means being able to handle criticism and rejection. Not everyone is going to believe in your vision or support your goals. You'll face doubters, naysayers, and people who tell you that you're not good enough. But resilience means tuning out the noise and staying focused on your purpose. It's about trusting yourself and your abilities, even when others don't. Rejection isn't a reflection of your worth. It's just a part of the journey. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you hear no. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is the ability to stay committed to your goals, even when the excitement fades. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well, but true resilience shows up when the honeymoon phase is over, when progress is slow, and when challenges start piling up. It's about maintaining that same level of dedication and effort, even when you're not seeing immediate results. Resilience is what keeps you going when the initial spark wears off and the hard work really begins. Resilience isn't about ignoring your emotions or pretending that failure doesn't hurt. It's okay to feel disappointed, frustrated, or even heartbroken when things don't go as planned. But resilience means not letting those emotions paralyze you. It's about acknowledging how you feel, processing those emotions, and then finding a way to move forward. It's the ability to bounce back, not because you're unaffected by failure, but because you're stronger than it. Building resilience takes time and practice. It's like a muscle. You have to work it to make it stronger. Every time you face a challenge and push through it, you're building that mental toughness. The more you expose yourself to difficult situations and overcome them, the more resilient you become. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone, taking risks, and embracing the possibility of failure as a necessary part of growth. Resilience also involves having a strong sense of purpose. When you're clear about why you're pursuing a goal, it's easier to stay motivated during tough times. Your why becomes your anchor, keeping you grounded and focused even when the path gets rocky. It reminds you that the journey is bigger than any single failure, and that the setbacks you face are just temporary obstacles on the way to something greater. Support systems play a crucial role in resilience as well. While resilience is an internal strength, having people around you who believe in you and encourage you can make a huge difference. Whether it's friends, family, mentors, or colleagues, the people you surround yourself with can help you navigate difficult times and remind you of your potential when you start to doubt yourself. They can offer perspective, advice, and emotional support, helping you bounce back faster from setbacks. It's important to recognize that resilience isn't about perfection. You don't have to have all the answers or handle every situation flawlessly. Resilient people make mistakes, experience doubt, and face challenges just like everyone else. The difference is that they don't let those moments define them. They understand that failure is just a chapter in their story, not the whole book. They keep turning the pages, confident that better things are ahead. Another key aspect of resilience is adaptability. When things don't go as planned, being able to adjust your approach and find new solutions is critical. Resilience isn't about stubbornly sticking to one path even when it's not working. It's about being flexible enough to explore new options and pivot when necessary. This willingness to adapt is what allows resilient people to overcome obstacles and continue moving forward even when the original plan falls apart. Resilience also requires patience. Success doesn't happen overnight, and progress can be slow and frustrating. But resilient people understand that meaningful achievements take time. They're willing to put in the work, stay consistent, and trust the process, even when results aren't immediate. They know that every step forward, no matter how small, brings them closer to their goals. Patience allows them to stay focused and committed, even when the journey feels long and challenging. One of the most powerful benefits of resilience is the sense of confidence and self-belief it builds over time. Every time you face a challenge and overcome it, you prove to yourself that you're capable of handling whatever life throws your way. This confidence becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. The more resilient you are, the more you believe in your ability to succeed, and the more willing you are to take on new challenges. This belief in yourself becomes a driving force that propels you toward even greater achievements. Resilience isn't just about overcoming big failures or major setbacks. It's also about dealing with the small, everyday challenges that can wear you down over time. Life is full of minor frustrations, unexpected changes, and moments of doubt. Resilient people are able to navigate these daily challenges with a positive mindset and a determination to keep going. They don't let small setbacks derail their progress or shake their confidence. Instead, they see these moments as opportunities to practice resilience and strengthen their mental toughness. Ultimately, resilience is about embracing the journey with all its ups and downs. It's about understanding that failure is not a sign of weakness, but a natural part of growth and progress. The people who achieve lasting success are the ones who are willing to face failure head on, learn from it, and keep moving forward. They know that resilience isn't just about surviving challenges, it's about thriving because of them.